Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? We got a fun one today. We're going to be doing the full Windows to Windows 3.1.1 all the way to 10. So that's going to be fun. We're going to try to upgrade as much as we can, although we're going to have to switch to 64-bit at some point in time. So we'll do a little... Let me wake up a little bit and we'll start that. But we're going to do Win 3.1.1 to... what do we got? Windows 10. Hey, Zen, how you doing? So, yeah, we'll actually be doing it. We'll be skipping some versions. So, we'll probably do... What do we got? Windows 3.1.1. We'll do Windows 3.1.1 to 95. And then go from 95 to 98 SE because I'm not doing first edition. It was a nightmare. I hated 98 first edition. And then we're not going to do ME, of course. We're going to go to 2000. And then XP, Vista, 7, 8.1. We're going to skip 8. And then finally 10. Full upgrade. And I think the notification's already gone out for this, but if not, we'll update this. I probably should have done this prior to all this, but oh well. Oh man, awesome. I'm doing good, man. Configure awesome for the first time. So just so much fun. Chat is disabled for this live stream. Really? That's weird. Why does it say that? Twitch having a problem? Let's see here. Chat settings. Nope. Billy, how you doing? How's it going, Billy? Nope. Oh yeah, no, everything looks good. No slow mo or any of that junk. None of that garbage. Everybody should be able to chat. So Twitch probably just having a hiccup. The torture stream. We'll see. So, like, yeah, when it comes down to it, when it comes to like DOS and 3.1.1, I just don't know how well these things will work in a VM because they're really old, like 30 years old. So, like, starting out might be a little bit rough when we get down to it. Yeah, a little bored. We'll see. Yeah, so what we'll probably do is I'll probably go 3.1.1 all the way to XP, which pretty much everybody's familiar with XP. And then from XP, we'll probably deep six the XP VM that we used to upgrade all this. And then we'll probably switch over to a fresh install of 64-bit Vista and then upgrade all the 64-bit Vista through the eras. The reason for doing that is you can't upgrade 32-bit to 64-bit. So that's just one of those things. Now, I could have continued 32-bit all the way to 7, I think. You know what? I think there even might be a 32-bit Win 10 now that I think about it, but nobody really runs 32-bit. So we're not going to do that. But it'll be fun, not needless to say. Yeah, we can just nuke it if it doesn't work. Like I said. Yeah. So, Vinald, we're going to try MS-DOS 6.22 first. And if it doesn't work, we'll just do DOSBox. We'll cheat. We might cheat a little bit here, but I want to try and do it with like legit DOS. I mean, I haven't used DOS in probably 20 plus years. Command prompt's a different thing, so that doesn't count. But like true MS-DOS, oh man, I'm gonna have some nostalgia. So my first experience with MS-DOS was on a 8086, and I think it was DOS 5, and And this would have been 80s, I want to say. So 1980s. And upgrading through that, I remember upgrading to 6.22 on 286. And the 286 was running just DOS. We hadn't gotten 311 yet because I don't think the 286 was powerful enough for it. So we were still doing everything from a DOS prompt with like Microsoft Works. Yeah, not Word, but Works. And it had some other programs I was using. QBasic, playing like Gorilla.bass and Snake. It's fun. And I actually started coding around this time. So I actually coded around that time. And then we got a 486. And the 486 is when we got 3.11 and really started exploring like full, some of the games were really good back then. I think Arena was there. Oh, just all kinds of really cool stuff. So I'm excited. It'll be fun. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's no universal. That's so true, Tora. Going from each one, you had to incrementally upgrade. There was no just direct. I actually ran into this on it was a networking appliance I had. QNAP. QNAP did the same thing. QNAP, you couldn't do a direct upgrade. I had one of the original QNAPs when they first hit the market. QNAP 1.0, and they really invested a lot of time and effort to make their GUI way better from when it started. But I had 1.0 of QNAP, I remember. And this would have been 2008. And I remember I never upgraded the thing because we just used it as a file store. And QNAP runs on Linux. But I remember calling support, and the guy on support was extremely competent, which is really rare in IT. And he was like, "Oh wow, yeah, you're on a really old version. Yeah, we can upgrade this, but we got to do it incrementally." And we went from 1 to 2 to 3, and then there's like different stages of version 3. It was funny seeing him do it, and I was like, "Oh man!" But he was fast. He was fast. He was a great technician. I just still remember probably one of the best phone technicians I've ever gotten. Like now it's QNAP, which is of all things. Good morning, all. How about when you use Windows 95 98 upgrade disk, then install as direct instead of saying upgrade? It would install as normal. Yeah, I think I have the full version discs of all these, so I'm not using any retail or upgrade discs. I think I'm using OEM for all of it. Oh my god, who's calling me? Nope. You're gonna have to. I'm not answering the phone. That guy keeps locking his computer up. Damn it. Stop doing stupid shit. Yeah. So I keep getting a lot of sport calls. I am tired. Still drinking coffee. I'm very tired. Oh man. Oh my god, you know what? I realized from the very first chat was, "Hey, chat is disabled." I still have my YouTube chat up. Didn't even bother looking at my preview screen. I just like stream, start talking. Oh my word. Yeah, yeah, I know. I actually probably should have checked my email. Let me see. Yeah. Oh my word. Bah, I hate it. Alright. Well, let's see what we got here. I think we just jump right into this, guys. I think, let me pull up that VM and we'll start the upgrade process and see what we can do with this. I'm curious. Now, before I do that, let's flip over. I'm gonna see what we have for our download. Now, I think I have, well, we'll rename some of these. Windows Vista. Now, Vista still had like weird licensing. So this is Vista Business, I think, that I got. We got that. And, ooh, let's see what we have in our storage. So we'll actually throw a new tab up in images. And come down through template, ISO, and put these guys at the bottom here. If I was the head of Windows dev team at Microsoft, how would you fix Windows? I'd start stripping stuff out. I'd start dropping all the crap they've added to it. I'd lay probably 50% of the company off. I'd drop all of the Cortana voice platform. Everything with Cortana. If you were on the Cortana team, I'd just fire you immediately. I would be mass layoffs for sure. So I'd slim it all down and get rid of all the bloat and really start taking Windows and transitioning it. So if it was a bonus-based structure with like based on KPIs with key performance indicators, and it was all based on revenue and that type of thing, obviously, you know, you got to be ruthless with it. So obviously I would never accept this job, but still fun to think about. Business is business, so at the end of the day, you'd have to pretty much lock everybody in. I would make a. I'd still. As crappy as this is, you still need to make the Windows Store actually good, and that would be where all the focus would be redirected, is making that proprietary store that everybody's pigeonholed into actually functional and good. And that's where they completely fail with Windows. That Windows Store should be really, really good. And one, lowering the barrier of entry for third-party entry into it, and then two, transitioning existing tools into it is such a failure on Microsoft's part. Right now, the Windows Store is just garbage, and like hot garbage. And it could be really good. What they did is they just kind of half-assed it. So when it comes to the Windows Store, they just kind of took it and threw it in there and said, hey, now you can refresh your system and it'll reload all your apps that you've installed through the Windows Store. Therefore, you should be able to utilize it a lot better. And they just did a really crappy job of this. I can't believe they've done just such a bad job of that. But anyways, needless to say, they focus their energy in so many different things that they just have no direction. And that's not really so much a knock at who's in charge over there. It's more a knock of just how big corporations work. It's very hard to have a unified vision. So a good example of someone that's really good at it is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was fantastic at basically saying, here's the vision. We need to make this happen. The guy itself was just a ruthless businessman, not actually all that bright, in my opinion, when it comes to the tech side of the world, but he understood the consumer and he really knew how to motivate his employees, which that is why he's such a brilliant man when it comes to the business aspects of things. A lot of people don't realize like iOS and the iPhone was just cobbled together, man. He literally bought out a business. He had people working like overnight. He ruined marriages. I mean, just all kinds of stuff to make that happen. But he was very ruthless with it. But the thing about Jobs was he just had such a unified vision, which is very rare in business. Most people are just kind of all over the place. And like Microsoft's just like a chicken with its head cut off. And it's just kind of all over the place. Anywho. Just random thoughts, I guess. I need to drink more coffee. And I would replace NTFS, yes. Phantom Wave for sure. But yes. There's so much they need to do to Windows. Like I said, Windows hasn't really changed. It's just still the same old crap. But, you know, they've tried and just failed miserably. All right, we got 7, we got 8, we got 10, 95. This is the boot disk. Windows 2000, Windows 98. Where's my 95? Do I have a 95 in here? I'm just checking, doing the pre-flight checks here. Let's go into the downloads. Where's 95? Do I not have 95? Oh, I might not have 95. All right, let's extract this one. Extract here. All right. There's 95. Artwork. What's that one? Okay. We'll just rename this guy. Oh. All right, we're going to go function F2 and rename Windows 95. All right, let's open up this file. Let's see what it looks like. Ah, memories. Memories. Ah. I love it. Yeah, love it. Oh my god. All right. So, bringing that back. Oh, did I close that? Crap, I did, didn't I? I had all my tabs. All right. All right, go. All right, here we go. Paste this in. So we should have 95, 98, 2000, XP, Vista, and then we go into 7, 8, 10. All right, there's all those. Now the tricky part here is DOS. Let me toss that in here. So the crappy part is these images from DOS are gonna be, oh, let's see. Yeah, they're gonna be disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. Okay, it's only 3 discs, so that's not too bad. So we're gonna go DOS disc 1, and we'll redo this. I tried to get most of these downloaded prior to stream, as some of these were hard to track down, but I wanted to track them all down because I thought it would be just kind of a cool. All right, so we got our DOS discs. Let's take that, toss those in here. So we got DOS, old MS-DOS. And now I think we're ready. Does it have Bob? No. We're leaving out some of like the worst incarnations of Microsoft. So, you know, Emmy, Bob, God, what was that one? Was it Bob, the one where they tried to do a full GUI? Like, I think that was actually, what was that? Oh, I don't think that was Bob. Although I think Microsoft Bob's one of the best naming things of all time. No, it wasn't Longhorn. It would have been in the 90s where they tried to go full GUI, which was very interesting. Did they open source DOS? I know they were talking about it. I can't remember. Because I know Microsoft joined the open source initiative or something. It's good. Freaking swear it's not April Fool's anymore. MS upgrade. That's what we're going to call this one. And we'll put this, you know what? We'll put this on ISO. Yep. All right, we're going to start with DOS image. And this is going to be Microsoft Windows. Version 2000. Only goes back to 2000. Yep, that should be good. We'll see how this does. 32 gigs, it's fine. One CPU is all we're giving this thing. We'll upgrade to 2 CPUs in... We'll probably do the upgrade around the XP era. No, we'll probably keep rocking this all the way to XP. Let's see. We might need to switch this. No, we'll reconfigure around the 2000 era. We'll add 2 CPUs in 2000, but we're going to rock 512 memory, 1 CPU all the way through the 90s. And then in 2000, we'll double it all the way up into XP. Or we'll quadruple it in XP, probably. Or 2000. 2000 in XP, we'll quadruple it. Trying to think of what we would be working with back then. 512 memory is way too much for where we're starting, but we'll see if it can emulate it. Yeah, so really it's just more for historical accuracy is why we're starting with MS-DOS and not FreeDOS, because FreeDOS will work like way better. So if this doesn't work, we will just call it, which it doesn't look like it will boot from DOS, will it? The DOS images. Darn it. Let's see. Could not read CD-ROM code. Okay, let's power this guy down. Let's just shut this down. We'll stop you. Stop. And we're gonna not give up quite so easily. We're gonna add something. Let's add. Ooh, I was just looking to see if they had something. I want to say I could put this as a hard disk. Let's add a hard disk. Let's say IDE. Let's go 1. And let's go here with that. Oh, no. Can't do that. Crap. No. All right. Cancel. Let's go to options. See what we can do here. Yeah, we'll see. 512 memory might be a bit much. Yeah. Load the ISO as a disk. I was thinking the same thing, Akari. Edit the config directly for that. Yeah. Yeah. We might need to do it that way. Just because of where we're starting. This is so old. I know there's no support for this type of thing. But, this boot order. Probably need to drop the console and do it directly from there. I'm thinking. We probably need to get this working through here just because I still need to boot from that. I still need to figure out a way to boot that image file through here. So let me think. All right. First off, boot order. Let's just go ahead, put CD-ROM up here. Say okay. And hardware, what are we looking at? That's weird. So it's local LVM. I thought I put that as... Alright, well, whatever. Alright, here we go. Thanks, Akari. We'll try that out. Drop the shell. Nano, ETC, PVE. Actually, I think we're PVE too. Oh no, PVE. EMU server. 107.conf. And then add this line, IDE2. All right. IDE2. ISO / DOSC image media equals. Oh, cache equals unsafe. Okay, so just leave disk 1 and then just change this to cache unsafe. Cache equals unsafe. That should do it. Yeah. Yep. All right, that should do her. No. Jornade. What Hikari was saying. His syntax was a bit off because of just he didn't know my naming scheme, but that should technically work. So let's come over here, start it up, see what happens. Booting from ROM. No, it's going right into Pixie Boot. Here, we'll try and hit escape at the start of this thing. All right, let's look. I think number 3 is what we want. Let's see if we can. Booting from hard disk. Non-system disk or disk error. Replace when ready. So that DOS disk 1 image doesn't look like it's bootable. Yeah. This is DSLR. I used the Canon M200. It's a brand new camera. It really doesn't get talked about much, but it has a really clean HDMI output. It's only $500, which I say only $500. It's still expensive, but compared to other DSLR cameras, dude, I'm telling you, this is like way cheaper. So I actually have an M50 over here, which is $100 more than that. And I've recorded over 1,000 videos, literally like I think 1,130 videos or something last time I checked on that one. That one has a little bit nicer lens, a little bit nicer shot, but I only have a prime lens on it right now, and it's 22 mil on a crop sensor, which basically means I have to be pretty far away. Right now, like this right here is like 3 feet, and this is about a 15 mil, and that 22 mil, you'd be like up in my grill. So that's why I'm using this one, but this one has a little bit of a zoom, so I can actually, hello. So this would be the 22 mil effect. So needless to say, that's why I don't, that's why I don't have that lens on this camera right here, but I need to actually invest in a little bit better lens. The lens I have on here is just a kit, which sucks, but there's a $400 lens I want to buy for this one, and it would be like super cool. It give me a little bit more depth of field, just clear picture and all this other stuff, but next month's my purchase on that one. All right, what are we thinking for this? Let's see. Yeah, the HDMI out's the way to go. Like, I'd done a bunch of different ways. Like, I had the M50, which I actually fed through a USB cable into like a Windows box for a while, and it was real buggy and just overall not a great solution. And I mean, not to knock the M50. The M50 is a great camera if you're like a video guy or a camera guy. But I'm not. I just use it for this. So that's why I was just like, at the end of the day, I would literally trade my M50 for an M200 straight up. And I'd be completely happy with just having another clean HDMI. Although I'd need to run another cable if I did that. That'd be kind of cool though, having two cameras. But, meh. Anywho. I have to keep myself from buying everything. Oh, no. All right, well, I'm getting lazy. We're not doing that. We're just going to download FreeDOS. we're just going to download FreeDOS. I ain't doing that. Yeah. We're just going to do FreeDOS. Ah, that's funny. Did it grab it? Where'd my downloads bar go? Oh no, it's downloading. I'm just gonna cheat. It would have been cool to go through the original, but at the same time, I'm not gonna kill myself to try and get an original DOS 3.11 working in a VM. It just seems meh. I mean, it's like those people that like when it comes to like Linux from scratch and Gentoo and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I just don't feel like wasting like hours of my time to get something that I can just do by installing something different and just saying yes, and then just having it do it all for me. Oh, Vinald. Yeah, we actually did it live on stream, by the way, when it comes to Gentoo. We did, I think that was like in the early days. So I think maybe, I don't know, Hikari, were you here for that Gentoo install? It was when I was just started streaming. Like, I was very, very new to streaming. So it was like maybe 10 people in chat. And we did Gentoo. And it, you know, long story short, you just fall asleep during the kernel compile, because the kernel compile, even on a 16-thread, 8-core system, I think it was like a little over 2 hours, just to give you an idea. It just, yeah, it just doesn't make for a very riveting or entertaining experience. The first part, when you're doing the configuration and everything is, but when you get to the kernel compile, it's just like, oh, hurry up and wait. And then you could mess up some options in the kernel compile. Like if you didn't just use the automated way of compiling the kernel, but auto selects most of the stuff for you, and you select it all. If you select the wrong options, man, you got to recompile the whole damn thing again. So yeah, I won't be doing that again on stream. It was just very boring. I think it's just more of a troll thing. If I wanted to troll you guys, I'd do Gentoo. Oh, that sucks, Hikari. Yeah, I need to do Gentoo. Yeah, so I like kind of started. I'm doing kind of a weird video tomorrow. I meant to warn you guys and kind of get your guys' feedback on this. So tomorrow's video is going to be very, very different from my usual. And I'm going to just give you the hot title of the video. Hey, morning, Don. So tomorrow's video is something I've never done, and I was curious. I was not even thinking about posting it on YouTube. Actually, I've already put it on LBRY because I kind of do some testing over on LBRY just for fun, and things that might be a little more edgy, I might just throw on LBRY because I'm very, very conservative with YouTube. And it's so here's the title. It's a little clickbaitish, and I'm pretty sure somebody's already done this title, but the end of the US dollar, exploring cryptocurrencies. So most people that know me know that I love cryptocurrency, like all kinds of cryptocurrency. It's like, that's my jam, you know? Before I even knew about Linux Desktop, or not knew about Linux Desktop, but before I really used Linux Desktop, I was really, really big into cryptocurrency. So when I say really big into it, I mean I had probably upwards of 100 different coins. I built an entire mining rig, which I've shown pictures of, with like 12 or 14 GPUs in one system. I mean, just ridiculously, really involved in cryptocurrency. But it's really neat with everything going on in the global markets and those types of things. It really kind of started to spark my interest again with cryptocurrency, just to see what all's happening with it compared to like the US dollar. So the whole title of tomorrow's video is The End of the US Dollar, Exploring Cryptocurrencies. And I thought that was kind of something interesting. But yeah, we'll see. All right, let's grab this free DOS image and we're just going to cheat away. Hey, my video's named Hey, Morning Dawn. That's so great. All right, Zen. Have a good one, man. Hey. I paid for my 2070. Yeah, fun fact, Hikari. I'm still using, in 3 of my boxes, I still am using the things I was mining crypto on. So all my 580s and 570s were all bought with crypto. Everything was, and I ran these things pretty hard. I sent a couple of them. I gave a couple away. Like my cousin needed a new GPU, and I was like, here you go. I just shipped it over to him. But the rest I just kind of sold on the aftermarket before it got flooded. So I did pretty well on that whole cryptocurrency thing. But needless to say, I'm kind of jumping back in because Ethereum's running into version 2 soon, which is proof of stake, which is really interesting. Proof of stake is when you actually have like a certain amount of wealth in a cryptocurrency and you stake it, meaning you're not going to sell it anytime soon, and you stake it up. And then that, once it's staked, it'll actually basically be used. And probably the easiest way to explain it, it's not exactly how it works, but think of it as you giving a loan to somebody, but you charging interest for that loan. That's kind of what staking is. And you'll actually get extra money back for saying, hey, I'm putting this in a stake, and that actually gains interest. So think of it as almost like a CD or something of that nature. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. God, my freaking email is blowing up. I gotta check my phone. All right, here we go. For old free DOS in here. Free DOS will work, I'm sure. And we'll come back in. I don't know if I think it'll go ahead and edit this config once we shut it down and switch it around. Let's see what happens. We might need to go back in the configuration file and put CD-ROM, but we'll see. Nah, actually, we don't need to do that. We'll just remove this guy. We'll just detach that. You know, the RX 580 skinny, I'm telling you, that it's pretty darn awesome. I love it. Say what you will, but man, that's just awesome. All right, this is not shutting down. We're going to stop that. And we're going to run a console again. Where are we at in our show? And come on over to here. And I think, what was this? Media CD-ROM, I think? Or CD-ROM? I can't remember. Yeah, you know what? We'll just do 6. Let's look at another one. Yeah, media equals CD-ROM. That's what that is. All right. I was like, I can't remember the syntax, so let's just look at a different one. Media equals CD-ROM. Write that guy out. All right, close that. Is this still... Dang it, it never stopped. Come on. All right. Now let's stop it. Stop. Ah, there we go, finally. All right, let's see if we can see our options now. Yeah, there we go. So now we can edit this guy and put our proper image in there. So we'll go FreeDOS. Cheat. Cheat. Big cheaters. Yeah, YouTube dislikes crypto videos. But yeah. I agree with you, Don. Should reserve library for the crypto stuff. Library does well for crypto videos because of the audience, but YouTube, I mean, for that one, it's such a general video that I think it's okay. And actually, I started, before I even made Linux videos, I actually started some of my YouTube channel with exploring like the EOS cryptocurrency, building like dev tools, and exploring certain dApps. Decentralized applications and things of that nature. So it's something that's kind of in my wheelhouse, and it's with everything going on, I want to at least throw that one video out because it's such a generalized video. I don't think too many people are going to take offense to it, as it's more for just informative, and it's not like I say anything bad in the video. It's not like I'm saying that the dollar's coming to an end or anything like that. It's more just for general consensus and why I actually am starting to invest more into crypto compared to US dollar stuff. And not when I say more, I'm saying like maybe 10% of investments into cryptocurrency. Just because I do believe in crypto in general. I just don't know if there's one specific one that's just gonna be around in 20 years. So that's the thing that kind of kills me with crypto is there's not one like that's amazing. Like Bitcoin, I'm like, I don't like it that much. But at the same time, I know it's not going to just disappear tomorrow. So I do hold some Bitcoin. And Ethereum, I'm really interested in, like I said, what's happening with it. So yeah, how YouTube algorithms work is I doubt YouTube will push that video. Very, very, very slim chance it would actually do well on YouTube. But I mean, it's more for an audience. The audience, I think, if you're on Linux realm, you're more for free and open stuff, and some of the things going on with the monetary policy of the United States right now is really whack, and it's interesting to see how the rest of things are following it. Like a lot of people think of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin as like a digital gold. And it's not really. If you actually look at like the Dow Jones and then you look at Bitcoin, it has it almost follows it exactly. So it's really interesting to see how cryptocurrency mirrors what's happening on the US markets and the global markets. But it's not to say that won't ever diverge. It's just not going to happen, I think, with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's very trackable. I think a lot of people think of Bitcoin in like the early days with like Silk Road and that one guy that got arrested for, I think, ordering a hitman or something with it and doing drugs. But needless to say, Bitcoin itself is very trackable. There's a lot of things that go into it. I probably should have covered like Monero and other things yet, but I didn't want to overload people. Most people know about Bitcoin and Ethereum, so that's kind of, I stuck to the big cryptos in that video just to because it's more familiar with people. But I'm sure I'll get it in the comments like, hey, what about Monero and privacy coins? And Monero is like completely fungible, how it has ring signatures and how it hides transactions and how you can't track it, which is amazing. And it's a really good currency, very, very undervalued. But I love Monero. It's probably my favorite cryptocurrency. But needless to say, I just wanted to tell you guys about that. And let's launch into this guy. All right, round 2. We're going to launch into this. Not more anonymous. It is anonymous. Bitcoin's not anonymous. Yeah. Bitcoin is not anonymous. I want to just go ahead and put that out there. There is a lot of tracking that goes into Bitcoin these days. All right, let's install this to hard disk. Auto exec bad. I remember that. Oh, they did such a good job with FreeDOS. I'm going to go full screen with this. Such a good job with it. Oh. Yeah. Partition it. FAT32 support. Oh, yeah, we need large disk support. FAT32. I think the original DOS did FAT16 or just regular FAT. All right, we're gonna create DOS partition drive primary. Do you wish to extend the maximum size? Yes. All right. Escape to continue. Set active partition. Yes. All right. It's already set as active. And to escape. You must restart your system changes for take effect. Any drives you have created or change must be formatted after you restart. Okay. Yes, please reboot now. So, do I need to reboot from this? Let's see. Boot from system disk. Let's see. We'll see. I think I can use the FreeDOS as the bootloader, right? And then once it gets in there. Oh, no, it won't boot because we haven't formatted it. Oh, crap. All right, let's reboot. We need a boot from diskette. Let's reset. And all right, let's see what we got. Well, let's see here. One was connected for 10,000 Monero. If you want to transfer that amount of money in a small pool, that's not that anonymous, according to experts. It's interesting. Oh, 10 million. Yeah, when you have that much money moving around, they're going to be able to track you because you have to get that money into Monero. That's the problem, is getting the money in and out. When you're transferring such massive amounts of dollar, that's going to get tracked, man. Doesn't matter what you're using. Nope. Well, I guess let's boot back into here. Yeah, I think we need a format C. Oh, wow. FreeDOS just kind of walks you through it. That's cool. Yeah, it's such the cheater way of doing it, but oh well. We're so cheating right now. All right, here we go. Format's complete. It's amazing that people went and made FreeDOS. It's amazing. We'll just do full install. Yes, please install. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of people, saying that, hey, their computer's running slow. Actually, I need to check. What do we got for this? Ah, well, that's weird. My work email's signed out. Man, I'm having an off day. I forgot my work password. uh, what is that? Yeah, that's it. Like, dang, tell you. Oh man. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, we'll reboot. Post a note. That's greatness. All right, we're going to boot from system hard disk. All right. Do our standard load. Old free DOS. Look at that. Oh my god. DIR. Yeah. What was the editor? I can't remember what the editor is with let's go help. Okay, let's see. Let me refresh myself. I can't remember what I used to edit programs in DOS. All right, Del. We'll do a Del tree C. That's old school RMRF for folks. Let's see. Move. What was my editor? I can't remember. What did I use? Yeah, I think it was just edit. Yeah, that was what we used in DOS. Back in my day. Old edit. Oh, these are extra crap. They've really expanded all this stuff. Oh my gosh. So great. All right, cool. So, let's shut this down. Now, the shutdown command for DOS. I can't remember if there is one. Was there a shutdown command? I don't think it really matters. Shutdown. Let's see, shutdown. That worked? I think that worked. Let's we got DOS installed. We're gonna go ahead, flip over to our hardware. Let's change the disk to. Oh, I can't get Win311 on here, can I? Oh, I don't think I can. Let's see. Well, we're gonna try for Win 3.11. I really, really want to get Windows 3.11 in here, but we might need to be doing some crazy shenanigans. We'll see. I don't think so, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we can do Win 3.11. I don't see it in this list, so let's go ahead. I think we'll try that cache trick Kari was talking about and see if we can't get that going. Go to downloads. Win 3.11. Oh, yeah. 6 discs. Oh, I gotta look at the box art. Box art. Is that gonna give it to him? Oh, here we go. Old Microsoft Windows 3.11. Yeah, buddy. All right, so we put these discs in, type setup, and then it should prompt us to change the discs out midway through. We'll see. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, Windows 3.1. You booted into DOS, and then you launched 3.11. And you can set your autoexec.bat to auto launch 3.11, but it still used DOS as its base. It wasn't until 95 that it actually was all included for the most part. Now I say that though, in 95 the installer also used DOS as a base. It wasn't until 98, I think, before really DOS got eliminated for the most part as the front end. I'm not 100% on that one, but I'm pretty sure. I know 95 still used DOS though, for sure. For sure. And I think 98 might have too. I can't remember. But all right, so we got the images. I thought I'd just throw that wonderful throwback there to that, so we know what we're doing. So this is gonna be Win31. Win311 is what we're gonna call this. We're gonna copy that, rename, and then we're just gonna slowly work through this. Go to the beginning, paste, and go to the beginning, paste. Yeah, I probably should have done just a bulk rename here. If you're ever doing a bulk rename for like more than 5 or 6 files, definitely look at I think it's Thunar, right, from XFCE, and they have a bulk rename tool that is like fantastic. So if you're on Linux and you want to do a bulk rename, it's actually quite easy. All right, let's copy this. Put Windows 3.11 in there. I'm bloating up this. Oh, well. All right, so then we're going to change this guy out. We're going to go Edit. And we're going to go Win311. Win311. Ah. No. Win311. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're going to hit OK. Now, since this is an image, it's not really a CD-ROM. I don't think it's going to read this. We'll boot from it and see, but we'll take out media CD-ROM and switch it to that cache equals unstable. What it was, Hikari? I think it was. We'll see. But I'm gonna try my best to get 3.11 because I really want to see 3.11. I think that would be amazing. All right, let's see. Drive D. DIR. Nothing on there. Crap. We wouldn't put it as A, right? Fail. Cancel. Fail. Abort. Ignore. All right, let's go back to C:. How do you list? I don't think there was a listing of devices in DOS, was there? Maybe FreeDOS has something fancy. Yeah, cache equals unsafe. All right, we're gonna shut this guy down. Shut down. We'll switch over cache unsafe. We'll go ahead and edit PVE and do that, and see if we can't get our 3.11 floppy disk read. Virtualizing a floppy disk. It's fun though. Let's go to shell. I think we already have it in here, don't we? Yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, here we go. Take media CD-ROM out. Go cache equals unsafe. Write that guy out. Come back into here. We're gonna boot back in. Hopefully this time around we'll get it read. Plan on upgrading a 462 gigabyte card in the future. What graphics card would pair with an i7-3770? Pretty much any graphics card, little hood. I'd probably recommend, right now you can probably get a 590 pretty cheap. under 200, depending on your budget. If you want to go up from the 590, the 5700 XT would probably be the next up from that. I think it was about 280 US, so probably around $300 for the 5700, which is a very, very nice card. So depending on what you want to do, but depending on your budget, if you want to go with the best budget card coming from a 460, 590 is going to do you pretty good, but it just depends on what you got. 3 drives are available. So let's see here. Well, where do we do a listing of drives? I don't even remember. Disk copy. I guess I could just hit D and see if I can't find these drives just by blindly guessing. Just go right through. But I don't think so. Hey, Sparky, how's it going, man? I love flashing cards. I've bricked a card before flashing the BIOS, though. So you got to be careful. Be very careful. I do recommend, hopefully, if you're really messing around with the BIOS, though, I really recommend getting the cards, and it depends on the manufacturer. Don't get the stock one from, like, AMD. But they do have other ones. I think Power Color and XFX have dual BIOS, and there's a little switch on the card to switch between BIOS. Those cards are awesome because you can just go to town, and then if you screw up the BIOS, no problem. Just flip the switch over to the other one, boot back in, and then you're gravy. The dual BIOS cards are, if you're doing a lot of overclocking, undervolting, all that type of thing, get a dual BIOS card. You'll definitely do yourself some favors on that one. All right. I might need to look this guy up, actually. BFG graphics cards, yeah. B. All right. All right, let's just hit D. Nope. E. I don't think we're going to actually get anything. I think there's a mount command. All right, let's see what we got. Mount drive FreeDOS. As I've never, I can't remember the last time I actually mounted mounted a drive under FreeDOS. All right, let's see. Blah blah blah. BIOS. Da, 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 da. All right, there's a driver apparently we need to load. Maybe. All right, let's see if I can't load IMG file drive FreeDOS QEMU. All right, let's see if we can't find. All right, we got QEMU options, boot and install, done. Install and run your DOS application, blah, blah, blah. Provides an easy way to access local files. Man, all right. Drive file equals fat DOS files. No, that's just grabbing actual files. I guess it could mount the IMG file locally. Yeah, try to think of how to get these files. Guess it doesn't matter. You could just take it and toss it directly on there. No, those are images. I don't need that. So, okay, here we go. This is exactly what I need. Install FreeDOS on QEMU. Very easy. Indeed. I like it. All right, FreeDOS. What? There's a Windows 3.1 ISO image? What? The Windows 3.1 didn't come with an ISO. What the? Very easy. That's that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I guess I could download. I wanted to use the IMG. I wanted to be legit here, guys, but we're just gonna Google 3.11 ISO because that was not a thing. It did not come on a CD. All right, 3.11. Is there an ISO file for this? There's no ISO. What the hell are they talking about? File type. These are all archives. But for work groups, yeah, still 3.5 floppy. Okay, so someone created an ISO of 311. I mean, I guess we could create an ISO for 311. Yeah. So 311A. I never heard of that. That did not exist. That I knew of. I never ever heard of it called 311A. But here we are. Yeah. Don't do this at home, kids. Don't download ISOs from the net, from untrusted sources. Ah. All right, let's grab 311A. I'm curious now. All right. No. Oh, that's just floppy disk images. Which? No, man. Lies. Lies. You see, these are all going to be floppy disk images, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Ah. I already got that. All right, how to install blah, blah, blah. First of all, download VirtualBox. I don't want to download VirtualBox. Download the ISO image. There is no ISO image. Do that, blah, blah, blah. I think we're going to just make our own ISO image here, guys. I think that's what we'll do. I don't know if I trust that. We'll try one more. I don't have any faith of that working. It's so weird. Support ended all the way in 2001. I can't believe 311 went all the way that far. Go to weird websites and download just ISO. All right, let's create our own ISO image. Oh, okay. Work groups don't work. That's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna use regular ones. You can make an ISO from IMG files. Just copy the content from the IMG files over to a single folder and then make an ISO if burning a CD. Yeah, bin. That's what I was thinking. Well, so this is only one core right now. We'll switch to 2 cores once we hit Windows 2000. So we'll modify the VM as we evolve, almost like doing a computer upgrade. Right now we just have FreeDOS installed, and I want to make sure we get actual 311 going. So that'll be interesting. And I said that, but you know what? wonder if we go into, I was keep trying to do 311, but what about 3.1? Is there an ISO in this one? Well, all right. I'll just stop being lazy and create my own. We're worth a shot. Worth a shot, guys. All right. Where's Windows 3.11? These obviously will not work. Let's move those to trash. Let's come back into our downloads folder. Windows 3.11. Wake up, computer. Wake up. Come on, man. We're not doing Millennium. I did Millennium in real life. And I don't care to ever revisit that damn operating system. I don't need to do a video on that. I think that's the only operating system I've ever installed that got worse with every subsequent patch. I mean, it was really, really that bad. All right. Take all this, copy, and come back to downloads. Paste. This is going to get really ugly really fast. I probably should have done a separate folder. Oh, well. Here we are. Here we are. All right. I know you guys are cringing on this. But that's all right. I'll clean it up here in a second. I'll clean it up here in a second. It'll be fine. All right. Let's go disk 4. Check that. And mount disk 4. Copy. Go to disk 5. You know what? Was there extract? Nah, I was like about to say, was there an extract feature I missed out of this? That would have been funny. Oh. All right, and finally the last disk. Oops. All right, we got all the disks now. We'll eject that. We'll create our Windows 3.11 ISO. Still feel like I'm cheating, but oh well. All right, we'll take these images. Let's just take that, and we'll just drop those outside the folder. And let's see how many files. What do we got here? Oh my god, it's 10 megs. All right, let's create. Ooh, how are we gonna make an ISO out of this? I've never made an ISO in Linux, actually. I love it. Oh, okay. What's the best ad blocker? uBlock Origin's the best ad blocker. I love uBlock. Whether you're using Firefox, Chrome, whatever, uBlock does the best for blocking ads. That is, if you don't already have like block lists and things set up. Check out Pi-hole if you want a fun project to occupy your time. You can just grab a little $40 Raspberry Pi, set it as your DNS server, and then it blocks every single ad on your iPad, on your Android devices, on your computers. It's kind of cool. And if you want to take that a step further and not use Pi-hole, I actually have pfSense, so my entire router, everything that handles my networking, actually has pfSense on it, and you don't even need to install Pi-hole. You can just load those block lists directly into pfSense. So if you want to even go further than Pi-hole, check out pfSense and its block list. I actually did a video about block lists and pfSense. Even better than that is on those block lists, when you're loading up to block ads, you can actually load up bad actors and other things. So like there's lists of like hackers and other thing and their IPs. And what you do is you just load up these lists, these proven bad actors, and it'll literally block all that. It'll block malware. It'll block a whole bunch of stuff on top of ads. So block lists are super powerful. I recommend everybody use them. So yeah, that's what I do here at the house. pfSense. So depending on where you fall in that range, uBlock's the easiest. Just boom, browser extension. Pi-hole, even easier. You know, you set that up and then just direct the DNS for a network card for everything in your network over to it. If you have access to your DHCP server, you can just say, hey, set the DNS to the Pi-hole, and boom, filters all the traffic. Or even better, condense it all into one and make a pfSense router. Amazing. All right, crap. Create ISO Linux. That's funny. I've never done that. With pictures. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Grace? Oh, well, dude, I can't just sit here and read chat the whole time. I'm actually trying to do stuff. Let's see here. MKIS. Oh, make ISO FS image. Oh, it converts the image to an actual floppy image. Ah. I would have to do that 6 times though, right? Let's see. Yeah. Floppy image on CD. Yeah. Make a bootable CD from a bootable floppy image. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So I guess we could just convert all these files to ISO then. Well, that seems easy enough. The CDISO and the temp files, I guess that's just a temporary file that it just uses for the actual building. That's interesting. Let's try it. That looks cool. Thanks, Akari. Let's run this command. You know what? Let's go down. Let's go below. All right. Let's see here. CD downloads. And we'll do a long listing here. So let's MKISOFS. MKISOFS. Guess that's not there. Is that a package? Let's try and install that. Where is that file? Where is it? Does it give us a package? MK make ISO file system, I imagine is what that stands for. MKISO FS Arch Linux. Where is MKISO? Yes, tell me. Where is it? CDR kit. Ah, good to know. Yes, CDR kit. Your skill in Googling has improved. All right, here we go. MKISOFS. Ah, there we go. It is green pad. And then we'll go B. And this is where we take the image, right? Win311. Disk 1. Image. All right. R. Oh, capital R. Caps matter. Temp. Temp. cd.iso. And we'll put this in the home directory. And win31 d1.img. That should do it, right? Oh, yeah. Ben's right. You don't need it to be bootable. Oh, that's a good point. Because 311 doesn't actually boot. Okay. Well, I just want to make an ISO image then. You know, you're right. Ben is right. This doesn't need to be bootable. We're just going to finish making our ISO. You're steering me down the wrong path. I'm going to go back to what I was doing. It's kind of the same thing, though. All right. Change the directory. Okay. We're just going to make one giant CD of 311 because I don't want to change out disks and everything. That just sucks. It's an add-on to DOS, so we really don't need it to be bootable. Oh. That's right. I keep forgetting you're younger than me, Hikari. All right. So here's the syntax for, but we're still using the same command, mkisofs. O is the destination. File name. Okay. And then the folder name. So the folder name is the name of the folder with your ISOs are stored. That's kind of backwards. It's so weird. So I guess like the destination and then the source. Almost every syntax in Linux, Unix, wherever, it's always source and then destination. But mkisofs, it's the destination and then the source. That always drives me crazy when people just like branch out and don't standardize crap. Interesting, though. I like that. Actually, WikiHow. Usually their articles really suck. But this is actually pretty informative. Let's see if it works. So we'll grab that. Let's go to downloads. And we have, what is that? Oh, what folder did I put all that in? Oh, here it is. Yeah, we'll just grab this guy right here. Copy that. And then we'll do mkiso. And we're going to call this the output of win31 ISO or .iso. And then we'll paste that. What's that do? Oh, you know what? It being in red should have tipped me off that that was not the right command. All right. So, in a perfect world, in the downloads folder, we would now have an actual ISO folder. So we'll go to downloads, Win31 ISO, 10 megs. That's exactly what we need. All right, we'll cut that. Actually, before we move that, it's 311, not 31. There's a difference. 311 was the last. So we're gonna cut that and put that in images. It's hilarious that I'm spending all this time on 311, but whatever. I really want to see 311. I really want it. All right. So we'll close out of this. We learned MKISOFS, how to make a file system in Linux today. That's awesome. All right. So we'll just shut this guy down. Did we still have any shenanigans going on with the config file? Let's check. Yeah, we had some shenanigans still. Let's just change that back to media CD-ROM. Media equals CD-ROM. Output that. And then come back into here. Look at our hardware. And take our disk, edit. And from here, we're going to go win311.iso that we created. Yes. Okay. So this should give us all the files and all 6 of the floppy disks all in a CD-ROM. We created one of the only Windows 3.11 CD-ROMs in existence. We'll see if it actually works though. Here we go. Let's do it. Give me a drive. D. Come on, D. DIR? Ah. Yes. There's all our files for the install. Beautiful. Setup.exe, baby. Let's install some Windows 3.11. Let's do Express setup. Yes, please. Windows setup. Please type your full name and enter. All right. We'll just say Titus. Continue. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love it. Oh, this is 3.1. I thought I grabbed 3.11. Oh well. Oh, printer install. This is when you had to grab all the drivers. Cancel. All right. Setup applications. Setup needs to know the application name for edit. Okay. Okay. Borland C++. Oh, that brings me back. I think we need the tutorial guys to know how to use this. Welcome to the Microsoft tutorial. It has 2 lessons. Brush up on your mouse skills. M to begin the mouse session. Are we a skilled mouse user or do we need to brush up on our mouse skills? I think we need to brush up on our mouse skills. M. Press the enter key to continue. Type R and you will be holding the mouse in your right hand. R. When you move the mouse across a surface, an arrow-shaped pointer moves across the computer screen. What? Far out, man. Move your mouse cursor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I love it. Oh my god, it's so good. All right, we can skip it. That's all I really wanted. All right, let's reboot. All right, so this I believe will just take us to a DOS prompt. Yeah. And if we do a directory, so you go into Windows, and I think it was Win, right? If we do a dir, I think the command to launch into Windows was win.com. Yeah, win.com was what it was. So if you just type win, cannot run Windows on a 386 enhanced mode, which is currently installed. Protected mode software. Quit the protected mode software. Okay, let's reboot. Let's reboot. Maybe there's a protected. Let's see. Let's try with just expanded memory. Maybe we can get away with this. Not liking protected mode. Windows, win. Ah, ha, ha! Yes! Windows 311. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Oh, this brings me back here. Yes. Love it. Love it. Oh my gosh. It's actually probably easier just to use my keyboard. My mouse isn't completely synced up with this one. Let's exit file manager. What else can we get into? All right, here's the main. We're gonna downsize that. What's in applications? Borland C++ IDE. Man, I used the crap out of Borland back in the day. All right, games. What do we got for games? Solitaire and Minesweeper. Ah. Oh, man. I can just trap that mouse right there. All right, that should be. Ah, no, it's all jacked up. Okay. Minesweeper. Yes. Solitaire. Oh, man. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, brilliant. All right. Love it. I think minus up here is minimize, and that's close over there. Although my mouse movement's all kinds of janky. Control F4. All right, so that's games. Let's look at accessories. Okay. Right terminal recorder, object manager, media player. Oh, man. All right, cool. Now, I want to say there's like a system settings in 311. Control panel. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. So we got color, ports, mouse, desktop. What's desktop give us? Man. Yeah, that's a blast from the past. Oh, I love it. All right. Trying to think of my favorite like game back in the day from this. What was I playing? Probably Doom, but everyone plays Doom. That's boring. Got your DOS prompt. What's Windows setup give me? Enhanced. All right, cool. All right. Man, that's so cool. Mouse wheel doesn't work, by the way. I keep trying to do my mouse wheel, and it's like, nope. Oh my god. All right. So simplistic, but just overall fun. Is there anything else you guys want me to try in 311 before we go? Oh yes, Screensaver. That's what we need. We need Screensaver. All right. There we go. Hey, thanks for the sub there, Reflex. 3 months. Hi, Chris. How you? Hope you're doing well during this crazy time. I have joined the Pine Phone Club. All right, man. Linux phones are so much fun, Reflex. You're going to have a blast. I tell you, when it comes down to the Pine phone, I do have a great time with it. It's not a polished thing. You can't exactly get rid of your existing phone yet. Because there's still a lot of work to be done on it. But man, it's just so much fun tinkering with it, and it's getting close. Like you can make calls now. SMS on AT&T, I think, is only one way just yet. I think they're still working on it, depending on where you're at. My favorite so far is Debian Foch for the Pine phone, but all right, where would our screensaver be? Probably under control panel, right? Let's restore that. Do we have wallpaper? Oh my god. Yes. Yes. We needed wallpaper. Let's do screensaver. Lying windows. Oh, snap. Yeah. Posh. Yes. That's just glorious right there, guys. Lying windows. Let's look through them. There's only 3 of them. Marquee. This is just text. You put text and be like blah blah. It's just Windows 3.1.1. Yeah, or 3.1. And Starfield. I like Starfield a lot, actually. Not bad. Here we go. Yeah, Starfield's pretty basic. I mean, it's still cool though. Like, just admiring like the start of everything. Like when people have a hard time with Linux and stuff, you got to remember this is where most people started from, and they grew up with Windows. Like I grew up with Windows, man. 20 years starting from here all the way through. Actually starting with DOS, but yeah, it's just it's something you just don't erase overnight. Oh, it's Castle. Let's hit okay to that. What's Castle give me? Yeah, the brick. All right. I think we hit pretty much the highlights of 3.1.1. 3.1.1 was pretty basic. You did have other applications. If we had more stuff to install on 3.1.1, it'd be fun. I think I was playing Elder Scrolls. The first Elder Scrolls Arena, I think, was 3.1.1. And you could launch all these in DOS. So pretty much any DOS-based games was Windows 3.1.1 era. And I remember creating shortcuts and those types of things for 3.1.1. So very neat. So much fun. And I think I was using Microsoft Works for this as well. So with that, let's shut down. We'll shut down our old FreeDOS here. And we are going to be moving to Windows 95 next. So let's go to hardware, switch out to old Windows 95. It'll get easier from here. The first iterations, obviously, were a little bit more difficult just because. Windows 95, where are you at? Windows 95 ISO. So we're going to toss this guy in, boot it back up. So Windows 95 still uses DOS as a base, but this is where they really started expanding what you see. So from here, you should be able to do D. Let's do a dir. I think it's just setup. I think just from same setup, routine check your system. Oh man, yeah, scan disk. So great, so great. All right, here we go. Setup has found the existing version of Windows. It is recommended that you start the existing version of Windows and then run setup from that. To quit setup now, press enter. All right, so let's go to the existing version of Windows. I booted into protected mode again. My bad. So let's go EM386. And then come into Windows. And then go Win. Oh, glorious. All right, so from here, I think we can go into Main for File. File Explorer. File Manager. And then from here, I think we can hit the D drive. And then just open Setup. Oh, yeah! Woo! Oh, Windows 95 setup underway, guys. I remember the first time doing this. Yeah. God bless. All right. We'll say yes. Your computer already has an operating system installed, which cannot be upgraded by this version of setup. Please obtain Windows 95 upgrade. Oh, Windows, you stay classy. What was it? What does Steve Jobs say about Bill Gates? He just has no class, has no style. Jobs wasn't wrong, man. Like, how the hell you screw that up? Like, it took them like 25 or 30 years before they finally figured out, hey, let's just make one startup CD and then just read the code and then just install what version they need. I mean, did it really need to take them all the way to like 2015 to figure that out? So I think we can force this through by doing. If not, what we'll do, I tell you what, we'll just quit out of this and drop to DOS. Let's go ahead and drop back to DOS, and we're gonna just try and force it through without running it through Windows. Let's see what that does for us. So let's go dir and just go run a setup directly from here. I think you can do it all the way from command prompt and then just overwrite what's there. Otherwise, we need to go grab the update one, or we could just boot directly from this and wipe out what we have. To continue and run setup in DOS, let's do that. All right, let's see what we got. And now it's gonna kill out. It's gonna die. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I can already tell. I think there was, yeah. So Kobe, the workaround is to boot from this CD. There's actually it wasn't actually this CD. You could actually boot from, you'd actually boot from a floppy drive. Yeah. It's gonna, yeah. I knew it was gonna do that. All right, fine. So, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. We'll just boot from the floppy drive and do a full install. The upgrade install probably would have been cool, but it doesn't really matter. Let's shut this guy down. All right, cool. So we're just gonna take this and we'll just say stop. Yep. And what we need to do is modify that disk earlier. So we actually are going to be doing mk make ISO Linux. Been streaming all night. Yeah. I also keep it text. I also keep it direct on Chris Titus tech streams on YouTube. So if you want to catch it on YouTube, as I know the playback on YouTube is better than the Twitch VODs. Usually wait a day, I think is what I have to do, and then I do it. So let's see here. Oh, nope. This is a GUI tool. We don't want that. Kara, you still got that link? Let's see. I swear it's up here. Oh, chat doesn't go back that far. I guess I could go into my history. That's always dangerous. I kid. All right, kind of. Yeah. Same thing. All right, we did do the pad, and yeah, that should do it right there. And there we go. All right. Now I think if we go into downloads, I did grab a boot disk because I knew this would happen. Microsoft Windows 98 boot disk. We'll go into here. If we do a listing, I cut and pasted this out of here, didn't I? Boo. We'll grab that real fast. Because that boot disk, I think it's an IMG file. That's not going to work. So we can take these, move to trash, and then I want to say Windows 98 down here. Second edition. Now, this second edition you could boot directly from, but 95 you could not. You needed an actual floppy disk. So, did I put that in here? I thought I did. Ah, there it is. 95, 98 boot disk. Let's take that and throw that into downloads and boot disk. Paste that. All right. So, close this guy out. And now we should be able to make our ISO from this. So we'll do make ISO fs dash pad dash b. And this is where we actually need to make a floppy bootable, because this is the boot disk. So, what is this? Boot image, and then we're going to go R, output file. We're going to put this as, we'll just say output Win95 boot .iso, and then we need, oh crap, that's a directory. Assuming the floppy image is turned into a bootable CD. Okay. So this is the full path of this, which I don't think I need to do the full path. I think I can just do that number. That should technically work. What do we got? Yeah. That looks like it works, guys. I think that's a bootable ISO. It's taking that bootable floppy disk and making this ISO bootable. So then we can do that. I think I'm going to have to add another CD-ROM drive. So. All right, here we go. We'll quit this. Go back to our Proxmox. Let's pimp out our hardware a little bit. We're going to add another drive because we still need that other CD-ROM drive. So we're going to go storage, ISO, and when did I copy that over there? Shh, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Nope. It's not there. All right. Well, we'll do that. Just go downloads and where's that boot disk? Where are you at, boot disk? Yeah. I didn't grab this guy. But I need to throw that in images, template, ISO, and then paste. So now we have that. Come back over to here. Did Proxmox refresh it that fast? That's what I want to know. I don't think it does. I think it culls it right when I grab the actual addition. So let's go ahead. Try it one more time. Now we can go win, and then it should say Win95 boot. Yes. Create. All right, so this should be almost this one. Looks very close. This is SATA. This is IDE. Might run into a problem with that. Maybe not. Let's boot, see what we get. If not, we'll come back and change it from SATA to IDE. Because SATA was not around during the 95 days. All right, so we're going to boot from this one. To start Windows 98 setup from CD-ROM. Yes. Let's see if this works. This is gonna be a little dicey. And maybe I don't have a CD-ROM drive that's getting like that's how you know it's working back in the day. Windows 98 setup files were not found. Well, really? Really? Were they not? Were they not? Because they were right here. But it's going to find that existing Windows install. I already know what's going to happen here. You know what? Let's exit. You know what we're going to do? I could just go download the update, but why? Do I dare do a Del tree of Windows? Let's do a Del tree of Windows. Why not? Oh, does Del tree not exist? Del tree? Help? Oh, Del tree doesn't exist. All right. Del tree. Nope. Help. All right. I guess just Del. All right. Delete all files and directory. Yes. Del win in. Inst. Is there an underscore on this one, maybe? Weird. All right. This is some weird stuff going on here. Let's see. Okay. Let's try and run setup. Don't know. It might still read the Windows install. This is not the way you should do it. Let's see. Yeah, so before it was reading that existing install, it's still left behind like a system folder, so I'm curious to see if 95 is going to still see that folder. If not, that's okay. We might not even need to make that boot disk. Oh, I think it's going to work. Select a directory where you want to do. let's do another directory. I don't like that name. We'll just say Windows 95 because it's seeing the existing Windows directory. Really? What? Make sure you have a driver valid. What if I just do Windows? Whatever. Microsoft shenanigans at their best. All right. Recommended for most computers. Let's do that. I do have a key. Let's see here. All right, we're going to be 24796. Please don't use my key of Windows 95. I don't think it matters too much at this point. All right. 66386. Next. Titus. Analyzing your computer. Oh, yes. Give me sound and network adapter drivers, please. Oh, free 95 keys. Get them while they're hot. Did they ever open source? I don't think they ever did open source 95. I don't know why they're hanging on to it. Yeah, Windows 10 is kind of interesting. So I actually like its licensing now. Basically, when it comes to licensing on Windows 10, if you do an upgrade from like Windows 7, it registers the hardware in its database to where when you go to install like a new version from a completely brand new ISO, it sees the hardware already there and just registers it. It activates it. Like activations from like XP and forth, it was just a nightmare. Like from XP, it had these internet activations, and then if you activated the key, even if it was the same computer, you activated that key more than two or three times, it would immediately lock the key, and then you'd call into an 800 number, sit on hold, do this whole rigmarole with the automated system, and then finally you'd say, "Hey, no, this still isn't working. Give me a human," and then they'd say, "Oh yes, here's your new key, sir," and it was just such a horrible system. No, I don't want a startup system. We're going to skip the startup disk just because it wouldn't work anyways. Look at that. Oh, man. The first of the Windows installers. What movie is that from? Oh, I don't know, man. What is that from, Tex? You're talking about the Eat a Parrot line? You should know it, right? Let me look at the line again. I am God, rock. Oh, I am. No, what's that from? I'm wondering. What's your favorite Windows? Siberium. My favorite Windows is Windows Server 2008 R2. It is the best of all the Windows, in my opinion. R2 is like the right amount of utility, user friendliness, and just overall features. Like, it was so feature rich. It had so many really awesome things that you could do with it. It was really amazing. I would say 2012 to an extent, but I really hated the start screen. Like, the fact that you even thought a start screen was a good idea on server just shows me how dumb the decision making was at Microsoft. Like, start screens were really meant for like the push towards tablets and away from desktops. Well, it's a effing server, man. You ain't gonna install Windows Server on Server 2012 on a tablet. I mean, yeah, you could, but nobody's gonna. Come on. So the fact they even left the start screen in with Windows Server was Server 2012 was kind of pissed me off. I mean, everyone just kind of went ahead and did classic menu anyways, but still, the fact it was even there by default was just short-sighted and just told me Microsoft didn't care. But anyways, yeah, 2012 was not a bad version of Windows, other than that really annoyance of the start screen and how it did the start menu. And then 2016, I've actually enjoyed. I mean, when it comes to servers, I'm all about Windows Server just because it doesn't have nearly the crap that desktop has. So that's why I always, heck, I even made a whole Windows Server gaming experience, gaming on Windows Server, just because it does a lot better job as far as you don't have to worry about giant feature updates bloating the system up and that type of thing. Oh, the Microsoft Network. Dial up, guys. We can sign up for the Microsoft Network. Sweet. I never did have a modem with the phone that sat on it, and you unhooked the phone and plugged it in. That was never a thing for me. I always had just the built-in modems. Be funny, though. I think there was TCP in 95. We'll find out shortly. Biodome. Old Pauly Shore, man. I remember that. Man, that guy looks crazy now, Pauly Shore. It actually kind of made me sad. I think I saw him on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he said he just missed being 20 years old and like top of the world on MTV. And I was like, really? You know? And I was like, dang. All right. Like, I don't look at like a part of my life back from when I was, whether I was a teenager, whether I was in my 20s, whether I was in my 30s. All of it right now, I'm just like, yeah, I'm living the best part of my life right now. And to see that, that's kind of depressing, man. Oh, we're still booting from this, aren't we? Let's shut this guy down, actually. I want to take that boot disk out. We're going to just go ahead, shut this down. Shut it down. Ooh, it's not going to respond to a shutdown command. We're going to halt it. Going to have to hard halt that command. Come into hardware. And options. What do we got? Ah, come on. Shut down. All right, let's try to stop. Yes. Still have an MSN email. That's great. That is so great. All right, I don't think it's going to be able to do that, which is fine. We can send it a reset command. Hit escape for boot menu. Ah. Fine. Oh man, Jackass was so. I still like seeing like Steve-O, like he has his own YouTube channel now, and some of his stories, man, that guy was crazy. I mean, he still is crazy. I mean, not kinda. He's just off the drugs now, so he's not. I mean, he's still crazy, but not to that level of crazy. But I mean, he was just on drugs for such a long time. I'm surprised he's still alive, to be honest with you. All right, come on, just stop this VM. There we go. Now we can go into hardware and adjust some things. Let's take this one. We're going to edit. Actually, we're going to just remove it. We installed the ISO media, which is fine. Let's change our boot order. We're going to go ahead and boot from IDE 1 first. So that should throw us right into 95, or actually it'll throw us into DOS and then we can launch into 95. So with that, let's start it up. We should have 95 on this machine now. Let's see. Oh, snap. There we go. Yeah, I think I still have a Hotmail. I think they converted most of it over to Outlook. Outlook.com. Yeah. Windows protection. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see what we got. Huh. Windows protection error. We might be running into some shenanigans. All right, let's reset. Let's reset. It could be because we're using FreeDOS. Oh, all right. Let's just go over to the command prompt. Let's try and launch into Windows the old-fashioned way. I think it's because we're using FreeDOS. So, CD Windows. Yeah. DR. All right. Let's try and do it from Win. Ah, I think FreeDOS got us, guys. Because FreeDOS, how it works. I think we might have to nuke this and go back. Because how FreeDOS is, like, FreeDOS is modified to read extra things in memory, and it does some type of protection error that Windows doesn't like. Probably for security, and Windows needs everything wide open. I'm almost certain that's it. Yeah, Siberian Cat. If we had problems loading DOS, regular DOS 6.22. But this is okay. What we'll do, you know what we're going to do? Let's just wipe this drive out. Let's edit the drive. We'll wipe it out and try and reload 95 from scratch. I think we shouldn't have a problem with that. Famous last words. All right, let's do that. We already have the custom boot, which is here. All right. Create. And oh, that's still running, isn't it? We need to stop. All right, so Windows 95, got that. So we'll boot using this. This is basically a floppy. This is a custom-made ISO we just made. We'll boot it in 95. Let's take a look at our storage. We're going to wipe our storage out and start from scratch again, because it did not like our upgrade path. If we used Windows 95 Upgrade Edition instead of the full version like I had, we wouldn't run into this problem. No, we would have still run into it because it's FreeDOS and how it does some of the protection of memory that was causing some issues by default. So that's all right. That's all right. We're going to just wipe this guy out. Let's go into PVE2, come over to disks. Let's see. I think we can go into data. Nope. See if I can't find this. Yeah. I think Windows was having issues because it can't read the memory for whatever reason. Something that FreeDOS was doing, which is fine. I mean, we can do this. And you know what? Let's just go into ISOs, content, and I think in actually Synology 1. Where's disk 7? Really? Nothing? There's disk 7. Cannot remove why guest exists. You can delete the image from the guest. Oh, hell. All right. We're going to just trash the whole thing. .107, and we're going to purge. It's going to purge everything. We'll just purge it and restart it. That's the beauty of this, is we can go ahead and do that. All right, let's create the VM again. And this one's going to be Win95. And we will make this on the ISO store. ISO image. We're going to go ahead and say Win95. And then we'll trick it. We'll trick it after it's done here. Go next. Next. Hard disk. $95. What do we got? 32 gigs should be fine. It should be more than enough. CPU, we're still only sticking to one CPU and 512 memory. We actually might up this. Let's go 1024. We'll give it a gig of memory. I don't know how well that'll do, but we're going to try. And we're not going to start. We still need to do some shenanigans. So we'll go right here with it. We're going to add another CD-ROM drive. And this is where we'll add the boot. And we'll look for Win95 boot. Great. So we'll have the 95 CD, the boot, which is actually the floppy, because this is going to act like a floppy drive. And then we'll have the actual drive we're installing it on. Alrighty. Let's start this guy. Alright. Start from CD-ROM. Let's see what it gets. A little cheating here and there. FreeDOS was not going to work, though. Doing an upgrade through FreeDOS, no bueno. I might redo the challenge. I might make a whole YouTube video about this, and I'm going to see if I can't convert and condense 6.22, take all those IMG files, extract them all like I did Windows 3.11, and then make, with padding and CD-ROM support, and make a bootable 6.22 MS-DOS and see if I can't do that. Because if I started on MS-DOS, it should work just fine, but that would be awesome. I don't know if it would, though. Cannot create temporary files. You need to create an MS-DOS boot partition to set up Windows. All right, let's see what we got here. Format C:. No. God, what was it wasn't part, was it? No. What was the partition command back in the day? fdisk. Yeah. There it is, fdisk. I was like, okay, come on. You can do this. Create. And we got to create the partition it, and then launch the setup program. It's been so long, man. My memory ain't the best. I was like a teenager probably when I was doing this. So a little bit of time has passed. No, Hank. Says FreeDOS was probably not the issue. All right, well, let's see if we run into the same thing then. Because I'm curious. It says you must reboot your computer. All right, fine. I'll restart. Jeez. Reset. Yes. All right, yeah. And boot. So we did the fdisk, we partitioned it, but then it said you need to reboot. This is the Windows reboot cycle. So you got to partition and then reboot and then format. So we'll run back into fdisk after this fails. It should be on the A prompt. From the A prompt, we should be able to format C. I think I can just type format C at this point because there is a partition already there. We'll see. Probably best if we do it through fdisk, though. You must reboot. That's like the Windows ethos. All right, fdisk. All right. Set active partition. Yep, that's already set. All right, that's fine. So now we just format C. Can you not format C? C already there. Okay, yep. No, it's not formatted. All right. Fdisk. Was there a format command in fdisk? I thought you just got right out and just hit format. So we created the partition. We set it active. But we need to format that drive. How the hell you format? You don't format from fdisk, though. We only have access to command, extract, fdisk. Maybe the command will be able to format that drive for us. Is there a format in here? Format C. I don't think it's there, man. See? No command. Format C /S. Format's not there. So I'm trying to find, because that partition, this disk, this boot disk doesn't have format. What the hell? What the hell, Microsoft? This was the official boot disk image. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I think we can go ahead and find it in the Windows 95 setup, though. Everything's pretty much open. So I want to say, if we go Windows 95, format C:, yeah. All right, nope. So format C:/ /S. Yes. Wait. Cancel. Format C:/ /S /Q for quick. It can't be quick for. All right. Yeah. I tried to quick format that. I couldn't remember. Yeah, it was worth a shot. Yeah, I grabbed S for system files. That's fun. Yeah, format is in the Windows 95 folder. So I was like, okay, I know Microsoft give you a format command, because this was basically what I downloaded was the original boot floppy, and then the original boot 95, the OEM edition, which the OEM edition means you could load it from scratch, where everyone else just got an upgrade. If you downloaded a 95 retail, it means you already had Windows and you already had a functional system and you're just upgrading, to where this one is basically what an OEM would get. So a little bit different. So from here, we should have C, DR. Cool. So that is working. And now I think we can just go back a directory and then just run setup. And I believe this should see nothing. And then it should load everything up, set it up properly, without FreeDOS or anything. So if it was FreeDOS, this will work famously. If it wasn't FreeDOS and it was something else, I think Hank was saying it wasn't, that set up the HDD first to avoid CD drive not found issues later. So we'll see what happens here. This is going to be like the true all Microsoft way without any FreeDOS. So I can at least eliminate FreeDOS from this example. Yeah, I think so too, Sparky. What was the famous Bill Gates quote in around 95? 128 megs of memory is more memory than you'll ever need in your lifetime. Something like that. 640K memory. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's grab our key again. Throw a network adapter and the sound adapter in there. Let's see what we get. He denied saying that afterwards. He was on videotape, Kobe. I've seen the actual recording of him saying it. That's the funny thing. I think he did it like it was like in a news recording. It wasn't like it was like someone at Microsoft said he said that. I think he said it like on videotape. So him saying he didn't say it, it's kind of silly. It's kind of funny. Hank. I did give it more than 512 megabytes of RAM. You get protection errors. So that's what was wrong. It wasn't FreeDOS, guys. I think Hank just went ahead and told us what was the problem. We gave it too much memory. Which, if you look, let's see, hardware. Yeah. What'd you say, 512? 512. I don't think my CPU is over 2.4 gigahertz. This is a 3rd gen i5, so it might be, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Now, even though I'm installing and it's above the limit, as soon as it reboots, it should reconfigure the VM to where it does the lesser memory limit. That's kind of funny, though. Oh, well. Good to know, though. Oh, man. Yeah, I remember how big the hard drives were. A lot of people don't realize that the hard drives, everyone's so used to traditional spinning platter hard drives being 3.5. But I remember when the hard drives were 5 1/4. They were massive. Like, I mean, they were like bricks, giant bricks. And I think one like giant 5 1/4 hard drive on the 8086 I had was 20 megs. So it was about 20 megabytes and it was this big. It was ridiculous. And I do mean just 20 MB. That was equivalent to about like 20 floppies. Because I think even on the 8086, we modded it out and added the hard drive to it because there was 2 5 1/4s originally with the 8086 with no hard drive. Everything ran off of disks. And then the 286 had the hard drive. We modded the 8086 with the hard drive and it was like cool. But then the 286 came out, and we actually had a full-on hard drive, a 3.5 floppy, and then also a 5 1/4. And now that I'm thinking about it, it might have just been 5 1/4 all the way up until the 486. 486, I know for a fact, we had both drives, the 5 1/4 and the 3.5, and then all the regular hard drives. Oh, Tex. Yeah, what file manager you like, Vic? That's a good one. What's your guys' favorite file manager? I love Nautilus. I still love Nautilus. Still use Nautilus. Dolphin from KDE is probably my second favorite. I'm trying to think of other one. Thunar is pretty good. Thunar is pretty lightweight. That's like the XFCE one. That's pretty solid. I think I have Kaja on here as well. Let's see. I'll launch a different one in here while we're waiting. I think it was like Kaja. Did I do it? Yeah. So this is Kaja. I'm saying that wrong, but whatever. Let's go full screen with this. So very reminiscent of how Nautilus looks, but you just got a little more stuff going on with this. So kind of cool, kind of a different way of looking at it. So a little bit more functionality and a little bit more going on than Nautilus, but still clean. Is it Control L for the, yeah, location? I usually like the full path location, but this is Kaja. And this is what Mate comes with, or Mate, however you want to say it. Yeah, Thunar's pretty good. But yeah, Kaja gives you a little bit more. Oh, Sparky redeemed a dab. All right, here we go. It's dab time. I was wondering if I was going to get away without dabbing today. Dab time. All right, let's see what we got. So we are pretty much done with this install. Let's restart our computer. I don't know if it's going to reconfig on the fly. If we get the protection error, like Hink said, then we definitely have issues with the memory. We'll see. Tex was like, as soon as he got in chat like an hour and a half ago, he was like, hey. Ah. Oh, Hank, thank you for the tier 1 sub, man. All right, we're gonna do an extra dab, window dab. Too much RAM for Windows. All right, let's start it back up. Now we have 512, so it should have been reconfigured for 512 if we look at our hardware. Yeah, 512 now. So let's go back to console. Start, and let's try normal startup. Oh, Windows 95. Protection error. What do you think? You know what? I want to rule out the memory. Let's take it down to 256. Let's go ahead and stop this. Let's bring that hardware down to 256. Because even 512, I never had anything close to 512 megs of memory with 95. So let's bring that down to 256. Processors, 1 core. We might need to do some editing on this, as I think Hinky even said anything over 2.4 gigahertz had an issue. But let's see what we got. Because I think most people around the 95 era was running like 16 megabytes of memory. I mean, I remember it was not much. I want to say I was about 16 megabytes of memory at this era. All right. We're dropping it to 64 megs. Let's see. It's not giving a memory, but error initializing device, iOS, Windows Predictor. Let's go ahead and bring it down to 64, just to make sure. Edit. 64 megs. Yeah. I remember these, around the 95 era was the era of the 486. 486 is typically running, I want to say around 200 to 300 megahertz. So definitely pretty low. Is this gonna go? I don't know. Lock. Huh. All right, this never even shut down, did it? All right, we're gonna just do that. Get into our hardware, and then let's modify this. 64. 64 should be well within the range. Yeah. Is the CPU issue. You need to either cap the CPU seed or get an unofficial patch. All right. Yeah, getting to 512, I think. I agree with Hank on this one. Let's see what we get. Yeah. He's right. He's right. All right, we'll reset, shut her down, do some modifications. I think there's an advanced option to underclock this. Let's see what we get. Let's go ahead and shut that down. Options. I think we can go ahead and cap our CPU. I'm trying to think of how to do that. Let's see. I bet somebody's already made this. Win 95 Proxmox. All right, creating an update. See, yeah, I got all that. Network driver. Does it say anything about? Yeah, these early OSs are definitely giving a lot of problems. So let's go Windows, protection, error, Win 95. All right, try allotting RAM to 256. Try shrinking the VHD less than 1 gigabyte in size. Also has problems faster than 2.1. Ooh. That one's gone. Let's see if we can patch. What's these patches look like? Oh, that's funny. This guy patched it. Microsoft said it couldn't be done. And then, of course, one lone nerd just goes and fixes it. Where Microsoft was like, nope, can't be done. That's so Microsoft. Oh, my God. That's funny. All right, here we go. All right, self-extracting bootable floppy disk image, standard image, bootable ISO. Okay, cool. We'll just use the ISO. Hotfix. I think we could just run this. Yeah, so first error occurs 350 megahertz or more. That seems about right for the error. You need to start. Only way to fix this is to manually install the program files contained in AMD K6 update.exe. Huh. That's interesting. This is ridiculous that we're doing all this just to get this going, but whatever. It's all in the name of good fun. Make a snapshot first. Tora, I agree with you. Let's create a snapshot. The current guest configuration does not support taking new snapshot. What? What do you mean it doesn't support it? I will say from Proxmox's perspective, like the snapshot utilities and a lot of the backup utilities in Proxmox kind of sucks, to be honest with you. I like compared to like XCP and G or Zen or, you know, obviously compared to Hyper-V or VMware, it's just far inferior. But I mean, it's the thing I love about Proxmox is the console, like the VNC console and how it does a lot of its display is really awesome. Just a lot of fun. And also doing stuff like this and tinkering around. You can do a lot more with it. Like if I was trying to get Windows 95 working on like a true bare metal hypervisor like Zen Server or Hyper-V or that, you know, forget about it. Go pound sand. But since this is using QEMU, you can do a lot of hacks to get things working, which is neat, which is just really cool. All right. Let's see what we got in here. Let's extract here. Win95 CPU.iso. So let's take that, toss that in there. Boot for, is that bootable? I guess we're about to find out if it's bootable. So paste that in there. Fix 95. Yeah, I think it does zip. It does manage memory differently than a 95. Unraid is better. Get out of here with that. I'm out. I'm out on Unraid. Give me a true hypervisor. Although Unraid's very user-friendly. You know, as much as I hate on Unraid, it is very user-friendly. And kind of funny, I think I was talking shit about Unraid on Twitter. And I got a reply from the Unraid official Twitter account. And I was like, hey, don't use Unraid. Use FreeNAS. Unraid sucks. And the only reply, the official one, I got to actually show you guys this. This is freaking hilarious. I was dying. So, just words cannot express how funny this was. Let's see if I can find it in here. Oh my God. I was like, holy crap. I need to check my tweets a little more often. Where am I at? Yeah, okay. Oh, here we go. So, Unraid official account sent me this. I was talking. I was like, hey, yeah, don't use Unraid. It sucks, blah, blah, blah. And then they replied below this to this tweet. And let me see if I can't go full screen with it. So, I was like, that is so great. Yeah. It was brilliant. So that's the official Unraid account. So props to their PR team for responding that way. Instead of getting all, a lot of people get all abrasive when you say their product sucks. But that was the response from Unraid. So you know what? As much crap as I talked about, Unraid sucks because I put FreeNAS is awesome, Unraid sucks, and I refuse to use it. No wrong answer to build your own or use Synology. So anyways, yeah, that was the whole tweet. And then Unraid actually saw it. I was like, oh, that's a punch to the gut. But kudos to that team for responding with class. Better than I can say about my tweet. Oh, my God. Yeah, I love how they joke about it. So, you know, like I said, Unraid's just not for me. Not my favorite. But at the same time, it's very user-friendly, and I've been messing around with a lot of different hypervisors. A lot of times I'm in the shell, modifying config files, that type of thing. And because of the user I am, that's why I really don't like Unraid. But a lot of users don't come from my background, and they're just like, hey, I like the simplicity of Unraid. And everything's just kind of right there in a GUI. Actually, I think it's just a web page last time I used it. And I don't think I dropped to the console once in Unraid. I think most of everything was handled by the GUI, which, hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Ben, I totally agree with you there. FreeNAS is convoluted, and the GUI sucks balls. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Getting around, and it did, I think, improve a little bit with their latest FreeNAS 11 when they redid the UI or UI. UI, that's awesome. But yeah, when they redid the UI, it was a lot different, which is good. But let's go hardware. Let's change the boot disk. We're gonna just swap this guy out to fix 95 CPU. Let's just boot from that. Go to console, start it up. We'll go ahead, try to boot from 95. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god. Leave it to somebody to do this. Let's see. I should have probably read the README, shouldn't I have? Ah, that's so great. All right, see what happens. See what happens here. Is it doing anything? Maybe. I don't know. Let's give it a minute. 95 still. Still trying to get 95 to boot. The processor's too fast. It can't read and boot into 95 because of the processor. So I had to use this unofficial 95 patch to do it. So this guy on the forums created a patch for Windows 95 just so you can boot into it. So we'll see. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool what this guy did. But let's see what happens. I think right now it's still booting up. We'll see what we get. I don't know. I don't think we see any activity. Do we see any activity here? We just got a cursor. No memory usage. No CPU usage. No network traffic, of course. Crap. Yeah. What's that? Okay, I'll be in a minute. And you know what? Let's give it a restart because sometimes Windows just needs a restart. Well, that is just not going to work, is it? Now, maybe we could change the machine around. Let's see. Q35. What SCSI controller we're using? I don't think the SCSI controller matters. It's not having any problems reading the drives. But the machine itself, we might be able to do Q35 compared to the default. We'll try and boot one more time with this, and then if it's still not going... Oh, come on, man. Timeout already. There we go. Let's reset. Dang, did this just break the whole machine? I think it just like is like nothing. Ah, come on. Oh, oh, come on. Man, it's not responding to nothing. All right, hard stop maybe. Come on, halt. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. Starting 95. Should we just go? No, I don't want safe mode. Let's try logged. See what happens when we try and do logged. I bet we just get a cursor again. We can try modifying that machine architecture and see if that makes any difference. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true, Akari. I remember switching computers and stuff on the early days. It definitely does a lot more than just the chipset. Right you are. Hink, I already had Proxmox set up. I was like, ah, heck. I like using Proxmox. Because I already got a couple machines back there just kind of dedicated to it. Which Windows 95 is A, B, or C? I have no idea. Windows 95 OEM full version. So you can install this direct. It's one of the few Windows 95s you can do in direct without doing an upgrade. Well, I'm going to say this is an issue. Darn. All right. I think from here... Well, wait. Is that booting? Let's look at the summary. Is it doing anything? Hey, we're still getting some usage. Getting some network activity. Some memory usage still. It might still just be booting. Maybe it's just really slow to boot. Oh, it's C, Tora. Oh, no, it's OSR 2.5, actually. Yeah, so this is OSR 2.5. Yeah. All right. Well, I might tinker around with this a little more offline, see if we can't get this working, and then for the next stream, go from 98 or 95 to 98. Obviously, this is just not going to go. I'll get that official patch working a little bit more and see what I can do, because that would be really, really fun. I'll also probably switch around the machine chipset, try Q35, try to redo the full install, and then do a fix. And we'll probably just pick it up next stream on 95. We'll get it patched and get it into... I really want to get into 95, because as there was a lot of differences between 95 and 98. 98, I'm fairly confident. Once we hit 95, 98 and 2000, it'll pretty much be smooth sailing. But these earlier versions, obviously, because of the hardware and things we have today, it's not quite the same, and run into some problems with memory and CPU. But with 98 and 2000, I'm fairly certain we won't run into any issues, at least not to this severity. So, yeah, it's 98 SE. 98 first version was crap. Like, I had the first version of 98. It was garbage. So, yeah, that sucks, but you know, so be it. Yeah. I'd love to get 98 going. 98, like I said, will be going a little bit quicker. I'll do some more troubleshooting offline on 95 and figure out how to apply this custom patch, get everything going with this type of setup, because I think once we get that going, it'll be pretty smooth sailing. So I'll pick up the next stream with what I've done to patch 95 to get it to functional levels on Proxmox. Because I do want to see, like I said, I have fond memories of 95, you know, just growing up with it, so. Yeah, so yeah, especially what Sparky says, it's just more for a walk down memory lane. In how bad a lot of the compatibility and stuff goes. But I mean, we got through most of the compatibility issues. There was just a lot of issues with 95. And honestly, there was a lot of issues with 95 back in the day when you had proper hardware. We probably would already be on the desktop, obviously, but even with proper hardware, there was a lot of troubleshooting. There was a lot of blue screens. There was a lot of crashes. 95 was very, very much a rough operating system. It really wasn't until 98 second edition that before you got some level of stability. And 98 SE ran for quite a while. There's a lot of people that ran that for many, many years, all the way up until, you know, XP. There's some people that took 98 all the way to XP, where some people jump shipped and switched to 2000, but most people from the residential side had like ME to choose from, and ME was just garbage. So a lot of people stuck on 98 all the way to XP. So it was not unheard of. And I did a lot of upgrades from 98 to XP as well. So with that, guys, I'm going to jump off for the day, finish some stuff. Like I said, be watching out for that video tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, talking about crypto. I'm not going to make that like probably a normal thing on the channel, but just something I wanted to kind of get out there with everything going on with the global markets and those types of things. I thought, hey, this would be a perfect time to bring up crypto because it's another passion of mine. And maybe just throw in a video every now and again about that. But definitely on Library, I'll definitely be talking about crypto more. And most of the crypto videos will definitely be residing over there, as I know it's not a main appeal of my YouTube channel. But fun nostalgia trip. I had a heck of a blast just going through this and loading up some of these fixes and things like that for all the original DOS to 95 to 311, just getting in here and tinkering around with that stuff again. Just, so much fun. So much nostalgia. I would not use any of this, of course, in today's environment, but still fun to take a trip down memory lane, as Sparky would put it. I have not tried the containers yet in Proxmox. I'll definitely do that, though. I'm very familiar with Docker containers, so very, very fun. Yeah, containers are awesome. I need to do some Kubernetes too. I've been meaning to do some Kubernetes videos and things of that nature on the channel as well. Although I don't know, that might be a little too advanced for that type of scenario. Because making a 10-minute Kubernetes video, I don't think is possible. So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna jump off here, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Like I said, be looking out for that video tomorrow. And I think on Monday's video, I am talking about Vayon, Hikari. I looked up Vayon and I installed it on all my systems, and I will be doing that for Monday's video. So talking about virtual classrooms, remote access, and all that with the open source equivalent of Vayon. Veyon's amazing. That was an awesome tip. So appreciate it, Hikari. You always have some great ideas, man. So I did install that. That was a hell of a lot of fun, man. So messing around with that was great. But with that, guys, I'll see y'all later. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. I may do a live stream. I think actually I'm going to do another live stream with Lunduke. I did a 3-hour live stream last Saturday night with Lunduke. So this Saturday night, I'm actually going to be doing a live stream with him. I think it's 9 p.m. Pacific time is when I'll actually be live streaming with Lunduke and those guys. It's 4 guys, Gardner, Matt Hartley, and Lunduke. So I was like, hey, that's fun. So I don't mind doing a little collab over there and chatting with those guys. That's always a good time. As I like just kind of shooting the crap with other like-minded individuals. It's just a lot of fun. That's kind of why I like here with back and forth on Twitch. Just getting ideas from everyone to just make fun stuff. So with that, see y'all later.